Let's move on now. Time for Media Watch with James Creedon. Hi there, James.
Hi, Catherine.
I'm going to start off with a couple of stories that we've been mentioning in our main news bulletin. Firstly, Manuel Valls, the French Prime Minister, he's got himself into a spot of hot water with some comments about banning the Muslim headscarf from universities here in France.
That's right. So the Muslim headscarf was banned in schools if you go back to the presidency of Jacques Chirac. And Manuel Valls now suggesting that ban should be extended to universities. So that was picked up by a lot of the world's media today. And indeed, it drew some criticism in France. The Junior Minister for Higher Education, who of course would have direct oversight for questions such as this one, actually contradicted the Prime Minister in his comments to the media. Thierry Mondon said there is no need for law on the headscarf at university. He said students were adults and as such they had every right to wear a headscarf, and the headscarf is not banned in French society. If we look at BuzzFeed.fr, they're looking at the law itself. And indeed, the Constitution, if you look at the law, it actually says that nothing, that there is no ban on particular religious signs such as the veil in the university. There's also the Observatory for Secularism, which gave an opinion on this back in 2005, saying that a law on the Muslim headscarf at the university would neither be useful nor opportune. Now, just to finish up on this topic, it did generate a lot of comment on social media, notably the hashtag real university problems, vrais problèmes à l'université, with many people saying the veil is not one of them, but there are many. For example,
I got 99 problems, but the veil ain't one.
Exactly, that's basically it. And overcrowding seems to be much higher up the list than the Muslim headscarf, and indeed it does seem that at certain universities amphitheatres are absolutely packed to capacity. Others saying, well, having to juggle my studies, a student job, my mental health, these are real student problems. And another person then again saying that, yes, well, making reference to the fact that rain coming into the student or the amphitheatre is more of a problem. In any case, that was the other big buzz of the day, Karim Benzema. Shall we go on to that one? Because
let's move on to that. Yes, it is a huge story here in France as well.
He tweeted, and the French Twitter sphere just went absolutely berserk. This was his tweet. Unfortunately for me, and for those who have supported me, I will not be selected for the French side for Euro 2016, taking place in France in June. And
really the pride of France right now.
That's right.
People really excited about it.
I think everybody would probably agree that Karim Benzema is the best striker for France, but it has been quite the controversy for a few months in the wake of an alleged blackmail attempt on his international teammate Mathieu Valbuena over a sex tape. It got a lot of comment and a lot of scandal in France. So it is linked to that scandal, and the decision now has been made that he won't be part of the side, even though he probably his talents would be greatly appreciated. So the comments online obviously featured photos of him looking distraught, which were just being thrown in for the sake of it. Surprisingly, no Karim Benzema this summer. France basically losing its best striker, although they've got enough other options now. One of those other options is Olivier Giroud, who will probably now take his place. So opportune photos
That's
of him.
an amazing photo.
looking pretty pleased. I think that could be described as schadenfreude, although maybe he is unhappy for his teammate.
I'm not sure that photo was taken today. That looks like a Christmas sweater to me.
I think it was definitely dug out of the archives, and I don't know if you appreciate it. Politics has won, football has lost, says another comment on social media. Another person just going, no. So probably.
Well, let's face it, it's not like France is the best football team in the world. So am I allowed to say that?
You don't have French nationality, so you
not yet.
Are allowed to say it.
I'm probably never going to get it now.
Well, I don't know. I think a lot. He's a very divisive character.
He is.
He would have strengthened the side. Others saying, well, at least now we won't have to look at him sticking out his tongue during the singing of the Marseillaise. He has in the past been criticised for not being, I suppose, what would you say?
Patriotic
enough during the singing of the national anthem.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because he's not actually been found guilty of anything, and it's sort of maybe more of a moral affair than a football affair.
Right.
It's an interesting debate to have. Let's move on quickly to the comments section of media websites. A scary and dark place, and the Guardian newspaper's been exploring it with hard hat and hazmat on.
That's right, because they're one of the websites that have chosen not to shut down their comment section, as many others have, because it's just
full of nonsense.
Full of nonsense.
Amid some very poignant and pertinent comments as
and
well.
this is the difficult aspect because, as The Guardian says, in many cases journalism is enriched by responses from its readers. So this is why The Guardian has chosen not to disable all comments. But in any case, what they did discover is that those who are most often abused in the comment section of their articles are female writers and minority writers generally. The 10 regular writers who got the least abuse were all men. So they're basically, in the study that they conducted on their comment section, they're saying there is a correlation between kind of discriminatory positions and the writers and who were actually being targeted with these comments. So
an interesting sociological analysis to be done there,
that
I
there's
think.
some dark and scary people in the comment section of newspaper.
But we here at France 24 always like to hear comments. You can tweet James Creedon and myself.
And there's some lovely people too.
Yes, if you've got anything to say about Media Watch, do get in touch. James Creedon, F24. Thank you very much. See you later.